For us to all enjoy the rhythm of the sound, all enjoy the rhythm of the sound. No matter where you're from, or where we'll take you to a place where
Jam the night club.
Get ready to fly.
Jam the night club.
In a world where breakfast has become boring and tasteless, only one man can save the day. A man in yellow tights.
Jam the night club.
Continues on Facebook.
Zeri.
One, two, mic test.
Test.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Test, 1, 2.
Zeri.
Uno, dos.
Testicles.
1, 2, testing. test. 1 2 1 2.
Zerry.
As a parent, you're faced with making lots of choices for your children. And sometimes choosing can be difficult, especially when it comes to entertainment. Can they watch that new TV show? Which movies can they go see? What video games can they play? Just like TV and movies, choosing appropriate video games is important because certain games may not be suitable for kids. Fortunately, there's the ESRB video game rating system. It's a simple tool to help me choose the video games that are okay for my children to play. On the front of the game package is the rating symbol. We're all pretty familiar with them. E for everyone, E10 plus for kids 10 and older, T for teen, and M for mature. And on the back is a description of what's actually in the game. The video game rating system helps me choose which video games are right for my kids and which ones may not be. Use the rating system by looking on the package of every computer and video game. You'll be glad you did. For more information, visit esrb.org.
That's Shaquille O'Neal for rap. It's not your normal PSA. Don't be stupid. Don't drink and drive. If you're going to go out and have a good time, it's fine. But designate a driver to drive home. Let's stop the madness. Don't drink and drive.
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
A show by DJs for DJs.
7 Cents Radio.
Securing perimeter.
And interviews with upcoming and famous DJs. Live DJ sets. Send your shoutouts.
One, two, 1 2. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to 7 Cents Radio. We want to give a big shout out to all the DJs out there making it happen on this Friday. But here on the station, we have Pac-Man. What's up? How's it going, bro?
How's it going, guys?
We got DJ Spice.
You know it.
And our guest DJ Aussie in the house.
What's up? What's up?
Anyways, today we are going to, every night that we do a radio show, we are going to bring a new guest DJ. Today is DJ Aussie. DJ Aussie, welcome to the show, man. We want to definitely give you a big shout out. And, like always, we're going to do a quick interview. See where you're coming from, and then let you do a little set. Cool, man. Sounds good? Sounds good?
I love it.
Right on, bro. Well, first of all, interview, man. When did you start DJing?
Actually, I can tell you that there's a very young age. I say 1991.
1991?
Yeah, so...
Cool, man. Well, you look 25. How are you pulling this one off?
I don't know, man. A lot of creams and all kinds of stuff.
The Botox, right?
I got a 15 and a 14-year-old, man. You make the math.
Right on, bro.
Yeah.
Congrats, man. 1991. All right, bro. So you start doing what in the DJ world?
Basically, house parties, high school events, jumping up and down, trying to hustle, get myself known, things like that.
Only one man can save the
all
day.
in the house party industry.
For sure, man, for sure. I thought we got a little interruption over there. Little technical difficulty.
Little commercial.
I know, man. We're doing the new marketing. That's why we're throwing like commercials in between the,
It's a mix. It's all about the mix.
That's cool, bro. So you started in high school.
Yes.
Cool, man. So house parties, and then how did it go from house parties to the club scene?
Basically, I started doing like these, I don't know if you heard of Latino Business Association events.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be this big events that Cal State Northridge used to put together along with... I think it was USC. Yeah, USC. And they had this big event called Turkey Bowl. And one time, one of the guys that actually was involved in the whole movement, he went to a house party and he came up to me and said, "Hey, man, you're a great DJ. Why don't you play at one of our events?" At that time, I was barely transitioning to the 18 and over. I was around 17. And before that, I had a guest appearance in Power Tools, a show that it's still on.
We're familiar with Power Tools, man.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was like the youngest DJ ever in the show.
Wow.
Came out of a CD that I made on a, when you do little CDs at home.
Yeah,
cassette,
man.
actually. It was a cassette back then.
Yeah.
And little by little, like my name started coming around. I'm from the East San Gabriel Valley area.
Okay.
So, the DJ Ozzy guy, who's that guy, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden got this big booking at Florentine Gardens in Hollywood.
Yeah,
that was my
we've
debut.
heard about that
We've
place.
heard about that one. No comments.
Yes.
It's no longer as it doesn't no longer have as much hype as before, man.
Yeah, no, it's a whole different world now.
But
yeah. That
so was Florentine your first big club?
That was my first big club.
Dude, you gotta tell us about that first night, man.
It was nerve-breaking. Palms were sweating.
Yeah.
I couldn't even breathe. I mean, I was about to
Quick question on Florentine Gardens. Did you pay for tap water?
I thought yeah. Well, actually, the top water was in a cup.
Inside joke, guys. Basically, what was going on.
It's an inside joke.
No. You guys should talk about that. Because he's the one that warned me.
Did you
Really?
pay for a cup of ice as well, or was that free? Because
No,
that's the
actually-
only thing we got for
actually,
free.
it was 50 cents
I
a
think
cube,
they
right?
charge us for the cup. Though. The ice was free, but the cup costs like 50 cents.
Yeah. Well, nothing's gonna change in that place until the owner gets a different.
the
mindset.
owner
So I'm
changes,
guessing it's the
basically.
same owner since back in the
Yeah,
day?
it's
Same
the
owner?
Same Kenny McKenzie, man. I know that
Okay.
guy for a while. I mean, we're good friends. We
Right.
still keep in touch. But
Okay.
he's got his point of views and he does his thing, and I respect it.
Okay.
But I've been around with the guy a couple years. I was there for 7 years actually.
Oh, shoot.
And then he shipped me down to Amani, which is my hood, that area. So I was out there for.
I bet you were happy because the drive all the way from the valley to the other valley, like Hollywood,
Oh, man, it
had to be a mission, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So where are you at right now?
La Mirage, 12 years strong, still going. I don't know if I'm gonna retire there one day or what, but I'm still.
I'm in Ron.
You got a 401k already over there, or what?
Kind of. I'm working on it. They don't charge for the cup of ice, but they charge for the extra little juice in the drink.
All right, so I have a question about La Mirage. I know back in the days it was very, very, 18 plus.
Right.
Sneakers were allowed. How was the transition going from anybody could come in to, from what I know now, it's like very, very up class.
That's a good question. Mirage has been through different transitions. The first era of La Mirage was obviously the greatest era when the Rock en Español team was in. That's actually, I transited to that era myself as a Latino, My roots came through and I transited to that era myself. So La Mirage was known as the club to be for Rock en Español, all that good stuff. And then high-end club, everybody wanted to be there, nice dress. And then it went to a transition time, and that's the 18 and over scene.
Right.
People wearing sneakers, things like that. It kind of put a different image on La Mirage. So the owners in the last, let's say 3-4 years, they've been trying to work things out and putting things together to transit back to that nice era of La Mirage. Obviously, it's hard to compete because you got all these 21 and over ultra mega clubs in all over LA and downtown. So, but they're out there, and like I said, we're still strong. 800 plus Saturdays.
So tell us about your Super Estrella days.
Super Estrella days. Wow.
Oh man.
Just a
Well, I don't
smile
know
on your face.
if
says
you guys
it
don't know
all.
what Super Estrella is, it's a big Latino radio station here in Los Angeles and all over the world because of the internet.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with his name, Alex Tercero.
Very familiar with that name.
Okay, he's the guy that put me on the decks. No questions asked. He saw me playing at clubs. I used to play at a club here down the street, Route 66. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
I've heard of Route 66.
That was back in the day. And, being from the street team, I started with the street team, trying to get myself in there. Heard me play, said, you know what, you should just go on live. You've got the skills. There's a couple other DJs there that, in your ranking, Terremoto, Tequila, all those guys joined the team. And that's how I started with Super Estrella. Only lasted a couple years. I'll
Only?
tell you. The reason why, let me tell you, straight up, I'm a live DJ. I don't pre-mix anything. So that's the bottom line.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
You know
hell
what
yeah.
I'm saying?
I think that's the way to go.
Yeah. All real DJs know that's the best way to do it. Like, why do you want to record something and just press play and then pretend like you're mixing?
Exactly. Exactly. That's
Cool,
the
man.
bottom line. That's why that was my launch out of the radio era. Because
Okay.
then everywhere you go now, it's pretty much pre-mixed.
Yeah,
You know, a couple stations are putting the live stuff out there.
They
but
still
it's-
throw it here and
Yeah.
there. They're like,
Yeah.
you know, at this hour we're gonna do a live mix, and they still do it, man. But yeah,
And
you're
if I
right.
screw up, I
Usually
screw
on the
up.
weekends.
Cool, man.
But yeah,
Super estrella. How long ago was that?
1997, man.
97.
Yeah. You can see my
I was
arrugas.
only like 9.
Yeah, 1997 transition. Yeah, about 1997, 1998, 1989 was my off time from there.
And that's exactly when rock en español was like at its best, at its peak.
It really was. It really was.
So what's been the the biggest, best venue that you've enjoyed DJing at?
Actually, probably Risque, when it was Risque back in the Vegas, when they used to do the Latino nights. I mean, I was the guest DJ from LA, big hype. I mean, people would go nuts, jump up and down. And, you know, I have different types. I can adjust to different skills and different types of mixes. So they kind of saw a whole different part of the LA mix with the Latino flavor in Vegas. And it kind of just took off and blew up.
What's your favorite genre to DJ?
There's nothing better for me than house music. Yeah, house music is Latin house is my.
Do you
my
ever like?
scream.
I noticed that you use Serato,
Yes.
I believe.
Yeah.
And do you ever like just do mix sessions at home with vinyl straight up?
Actually, that's a very good question. You'll be surprised. I'm an entrepreneur, in you know.
I think everybody
I
is.
never
in this industry.
have time for anything. I do everything spontaneously. When I go to the clubs and do my thing, it's there. It's whatever comes in my head. I put in the music. I don't know what I'm gonna play. I see it, glance to it, boom, it's on. That's how it goes. I don't do any of that at home. I have no time. I mean, definitely.
That's cool, but you know that means that you know your music very well, though, right?
Yes, obviously, you know what I do. Connect my laptop in my car when I'm doing, you know, stops here and there with my business, and then I'll be listening. Okay, this is where I can mix this and this and that. But to do actually practice at home, I have a garage full of equipment, 34 different setups. I never even touch it. It's no time.
So when's the yard sale?
I was gonna
one
say
of these days.
so
Let
we
me
can
know,
go to your
man.
house and just mess around with it.
Yeah.
We'll put some use to it.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
cool,
huh?
bro. Cool. So okay, let's go back in the day a little bit. When you first started, what was your setup like? What did you start using?
It was basically 1200s. You know, the techniques.
What mixer?
Vinyl, and it was house music.
It was house
Yeah,
music.
house
Cool.
music.
What mixer did you use?
I used the Rain. Back then was the Rain 2480, which is one of the oldest.
man.
It was just the
just
ups.
have us all in
no,
awe.
no fade in. Yeah. the
I
ups.
think that one's worth like $100,000 on
Yeah.
eBay now.
Yeah, definitely. The 2480.
It's a classic, man.
Do you still
And-
have
and
it?
what-
I mean, I know a lot of DJs still keep their first mixer.
Yeah, good question. Do you still have that?
it?
Actually, no. I mean, I've
I
been
was
through
gonna say,
so
where do
many
you live so I can
different
go break in? No.
sound systems. I remember my first, when I started transitioning to CDs, that little Denon, that first Denon that
Yeah.
came out, that was like the big price for me to get one of those back in the day. And
So you sold everything and then just bought one
you know,
Denon,
just
but you
started
didn't even have anything
upgrading
to
little by
play
little.
with
Right,
it?
right now, basically, I have the 800s from Pioneer set up, and I have a DDS1 controller for
right.
Edge Serato. What else?
How do you like-
in my 1200s, I still have my original 1200s.
I was gonna ask you, how do you like the 1200s compared to the 800s, the CDJs?
No, you can't compare. I mean, 800 is a whole lower level than these. I mean, these babies don't mess around. You know, the 1200s on the Pioneer is practically telling you, you're the DJ, take control, and here you go. It's like a spaceship, man. It's beautiful. Yeah.
So you prefer the CDJs over the 1200s?
Yes.
Okay.
The CDJs for me it's. I mean, it's just that I've been on it so long that for me it's just I float with them, you know.
Right,
That's
right.
my style.
And you know, a lot of clubs have different setups, but most standard setup is CDJs, right?
CDJs, yeah, that's like the universal language in the DJ world.
Right.
CDJ techniques.
And right, those two, right? Those are the main two. So
Yeah.
we're gonna say Pioneer, right?
Pioneer, yeah. Pioneer
CDJs.
versus techniques. That's
Right.
that's all needed. That's
Yeah.
what I know. you know.
I actually went from CDJs to 1200s.
Oh, really? So
Yeah.
they've been backwards.
And
well, you know what? That's a good choice because if you really want to show your talent, you got to show it on the turntables, on vinyl.
I started with turntables and I've stuck with them.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
I mean, turntables. I don't know if there's any DJs. Hopefully, a lot of DJs listening right now. And 1200s, they're great. You get the feel of the music, but the maintenance, and there's more room for error, and they're in the 1200.
Well, if you're like into the more freestyle mixing and you want to do some scratching here and there, you know, obviously there's nothing better than the 1200s. You know, that's the way to go. CDJs is just for your clean mixes, you know, very solid mixes. And what I like about the CDJs is my transition's faster. I can go from one song to another in seconds, you know, versus the vinyl. Yes, you can do the same thing because everything's controlled by your keyboard on your computer, but it's more confusing to me. It just takes me more time.
The reason why Juice was mentioning about CDJs is because we always had this ongoing battle between me and him about CDJs and my
She's
my
a
1200.
She's a CDJ hater.
I am not a CDJ hater. I use CDJs sometimes, but I prefer personally, by choice, turntables.
Well, when I do the when I happen to do a set in the main room at La Mirage, happens not very often, but when it happens, I have to use the 1200. So.
Yeah, you see, a lot of the clubs that I've DJ'd at have actually just the standard setup, which is 1200s with a 57. You know?
No. Standard setup CDJs. Just back it up a little bit.
Actually,
all right. So I have another question for you. This is kind of going off topic, but how do you? What do you tell new DJs that are using the Tractor software, the virtual DJ software that just synchronizes the music? Because I mean, back in the days, obviously you had to match BPM yourself, you know, actually listen to the music. What do you tell the new DJs?
I say, you know, always look back on how the mixing was developed. You know, don't lose the essence of the mixing because that's what's going to drive you to be a better DJ. Nowadays with technology, you know, you have a lot of different ways of cutting through that part. But I say go back to that, and you'll find yourself as a better DJ no matter what, because that's the solid roots of mixing, you know. Everything, the computer does practically everything for you. Everything's visual now. So I've seen DJs without any headphones just go live, and I'm like, how do they do that? I mean, me being in this game so long, my ears are gone. I mean, how do these kids, but they're young guys, you know, coming out of high school and things like that. They're fresh, ears are practically brand new, ready to go, and they have all the details. You know? I'm like, I'm struggling. I'm trying to get to see where the bass is at on the highs.
Even though like the computer does everything for you, I still have to hear what I'm gonna play next. I mean, I still have to prepare it. I mean, I don't think I can live without the headphones.
Yeah, I think the headphones are one of the biggest the most important, one of the most important tools from your DJ setup.
With that being said, actually, have you ever forgotten anything?
Oh yeah, let's talk about equipment.
Let's talk about the flaws in DJing. I mean, what's been the worst event that you've ever had?
Okay, let's see. I was Sevilla's in Long Beach.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
and I had to play with one CDJ in transit, like, you know, and I didn't know how to do that. I was barely learning Serato back then.
Oh man.
I was panicking. I was calling the controller guy, hey, come and help me, because how do I do this? And basically he had to babysit me till the whole set to do it, because
how long was your set?
It was probably about 40 minutes. Wow. And I was like, you know, wow, I was about to say, no, I can't do this, because they didn't have, they only had one CDJ. The other one I think broke the night before or something like that. So I was kind of like stuck, and I didn't know what to do. So that was like one of the worst times ever, because the club was packed. I was ready to go on. Announcements start going, I mean, hey, I DJ Ozzy live, and here I am with one CD, and I'm like, how do I do this? And I was barely learning Serato, obviously.
Therefore, proving that turntables are way better. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I was actually thinking that in my head. I don't want to say it, but
Really? So you could DJ one turntable? One?
Yeah, actually you can.
Of course you can. You could do that with both. And so I'm sure you figure it out. You know, you could put it on churno mode on one side, and then just, you know.
I figured it out after a long time.
Yeah, man.
But I sure did.
Cool, but you know that's how the technology in the DJ world has evolved so much. Right, you know, that we could just do this now. When it comes to mixing, you know, back in the day, it took a while to actually throw in a mix. You know, it took you like what, 2 minutes maybe?
Yeah, it was about 2 minutes. the
to finding
transitions
the
were
beats to.
Yeah, just to even go through the crags and find the songs on the records.
I remember that.
Yeah, those are the good old days, man. That's
Great.
just how do I play it and go put the record back. Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna do another back in the day question. How did you beat match back in the day? Because I've heard, ear, but I heard there was another little device to keep count of the beats. Do you know what I'm talking about?
You know what?
Well, there was a BPM counter.
That's
basically
probably
the
it.
lighting on the
turntable?
1200s.
Well, I
it'll
mean,
give you a
also-
direction, a little bit of
Also,
direction.
some of the vinyls actually would have the beats per minute on the vinyl.
Exactly.
So you
Oh,
would kind of know more familiar.
Well, if you were a DJ, you definitely want to label all your vinyls, right?
Right. And then for me, it was basically spontaneously there. You hear it for about 30 seconds, and then you're on peach. So
There was
let's
a
do
fly
this.
by you right now.
Yeah, and I saw that.
I was about to slap you in the face and just be like,
Just
oh,
do it,
sorry.
Yeah, but it's a whole different world now.
Yeah, man.
It's a whole different. I trip out on these kids. Just have a laptop in there. Hey, I'm a DJ. I'm like, all right, well, I'm
I
a
know
DJ.
you're not.
Actually, I've seen where people come in just with a 8 gig RAM, like
I've seen
the
that.
stick.
Yeah, little USB
stick,
drive.
yeah, and then they just plug it in the CDJs and with no headphones or nothing and just do it.
Yep.
Yeah, I always tell those kids, "Oh, you're a DJ, huh? Okay, well, here, talk on the mic."
Yeah, that's another thing.
That's my biggest flaw too. I'm very shy.
That's people forget that. I mean, DJs do have to speak on the mic.
Yeah.
That's part of your job. You know, you have to hype up the crowd. You have to make everybody dance. I think the mission of a DJ is for your people not to leave the dance floor. Bottom line,
Exactly.
you know, and that's what I pray. And I played with DJs like let's see, Larry Lynx. He's an old time DJ. DJ Vice, that is,
I know Vice.
he's pretty big now in Vegas and the whole scene. Eric Deluxe,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is one of our DJs that came out of La Mirage. So those guys are big names now in Vegas, and I mean, I practically saw them be born as a DJ around me and things like that. So it's fascinating how everything it's developed.
So
But
we've talked about your old school and we've talked about your present. How about the future?
Future, well, I'm trying to get my son into it, but I guess football's more his thing, and I encourage
he's a
that. I
football
mean,
fan.
he loves music. He loves what I like to do. He praises me. I'm like his idol when it comes to a DJ, but eventually that was not his thing, and I bought like the controller, the DS. Went, okay, you want to try this, that, and he's done it. He's got the mixing right on. But it's just not his thing. He's not, he doesn't put the love in it. And,
Just tell him that he's gonna get a lot of chicks. And maybe
well,
he'll
he
do
knows
it.
that already. He's got his dad's looks. Nice, just kidding. But the bottom line is that I encourage him for the future. Hey, start doing your thing. But like Mom says, hey, that DJ route that's a tough one. So
He has to pick it for himself.
yeah, make it as a hobby better. Okay, so I lay low on that.
Yeah, being a DJ it's great. Everyone kind of, you're a little bit famous. You're famous in the parties.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
it's a scene. It's a party scene, and it could definitely, the scene could be dangerous sometimes. We gotta remember the partying has alcohol, a lot of it,
And women.
and women. And sadly, drugs as well.
Yeah.
We go to like raves these days. Oh my God, these kids are so loaded, and I don't know what.
Bath salts.
One of the things that actually impacted me more as a DJ, was the death of DJ AM. Why?
I think that's for everybody.
Because I actually mixed with him live in the
Oh,
same
man.
room,
Wow.
and that's one of my highlights ever. It was Lingerie in Treasure Island in Vegas. I was gonna do my Latin set, and he was there as the resident DJ, and I was just okay. AM's here. I mean, I was starstruck.
Yeah.
But I knew that something was wrong. I know that I had heard from other friends, mutual friends of him, that he had drug issues and things like that. So that's why like you said, going back to that whole drug scene and all that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's a dangerous pathway.
It is, man. It is.
trying to talk on
DJs.
the
A lot of people don't see it. Like, you're actually making money to party.
Yeah.
But always keep in mind, I'm partying, but I'm still,
It's a job.
It's a job, correct, man.
Yeah, it's a job. You
gotta take it like a job.
So what are you gonna play for us tonight?
I got a little different flavor. I brought some New York Latin house.
Oh,
that I
man.
want to explore.
right.
See
So
what,
tell us about New York.
New York is practically the center of house music. You know, for me, there's nothing. There's not a better place than playing house, especially Latin house. New York is the foundation.
What's the biggest club you've done in New York?
There was a club called, this is 2001, 2002. In 2001, I flew to New York to do this, Cocobongos? It's a franchise from Cancun.
Okay.
And
absolutely! I've been to the Coco Bongo in Cancun.
And that's one of the biggest things I have actually done.
I think they're around the world, but they started in Cancun.
Yeah, they have a Coco Bongos, whatever. That I can't even say the name, but it was like a club that they opened up for a very short time. I guess it didn't work out much because they were trying to do a lot of salsa and things like that.
Okay.
So it kind of went a different direction versus the club energy music and all that stuff. So I think the name has changed because they just stuck with their salsa and bachata music and all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's wrong with bachata? I like bachata.
Oh, I love bachata too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we're going to be gone in 5 minutes. We're going to go live in the mix with DJ Ozzy. So we got 5 more minutes.
Seven Sense Radio.
I'm a champion. Realize check mechanism. Hi, Shaquille O'Neal for Rad. This is not your normal PSF. Don't be stupid. Don't drink and drive. If you're going to go out and have a good time, it's fine. But designate a driver to drive home. Let's stop the madness. Don't drink and drive.
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Chicago. And you can hear the sound of zebra braying in Africa. Look hard out your window in D.C., and you can see the snow-covered peaks of the Andes. Stand on a corner in L.A. and feel the hot wind of the Sahara brush across your face. The world is that small. We are that connected. Please visit earthshare.org and learn how the world's leading environmental groups are working together, making it so simple for you to make a difference. Because we are many, and we are one. Please visit us at earthshare.org to learn more. Earthshare. One environment. One simple way to care for it all. A public service message from Earthshare and the Ad Council.
Looking for a delicious, fresh family meal that's ready when you are and easy on your budget? Welcome to Piara Pizza. We make our pizzas with handmade dough, 100% real cheese, and tomato sauce blended with our own spices. Nothing is ever frozen. We always have large pepperoni and cheese pizzas fresh and waiting for you for only $5. Or choose one of our specialty pizzas. We have veggie, meat lovers, supreme, and Hawaiian. Add an order of our amazing hot wings, cheesy bread, or breadsticks. Our locations are ultra modern, ultra clean, and open 7 days a week. Visit any one of our locations today, or check us out on the web at www.piarapizza.com. Piara Pizza. Fresh, hot, and ready for you when you come in. Stop in for your Piara Pizza today.
As a parent, you're faced with making lots of choices for your children. And sometimes choosing can be difficult, especially when it comes to entertainment. Can they watch that new TV show? Which movies can they go see? What video games can they play? Just like TV and movies, choosing appropriate video games is important because certain games may not be suitable for kids. Fortunately, there's the ESRB video game rating system. It's a simple tool to help me choose the video games that are okay for my children to play. On the front of the game package is the rating symbol. We're all pretty familiar with them. E for everyone, E10 plus for kids 10 and older, T for teen, and M for mature. And on the back is a description of what's actually in the game. The video game rating system helps me choose which video games are right for my kids and which ones may not be. Use the rating system by looking on the package of every computer and video game. You'll be glad you did. For more information,
watching the game at home? Why? Come watch it at Mambo Grill, the hottest spot in Downey. You'll have good food, drinks, and a great time at a low price. We have the coldest beer in our sports bar, where you can enjoy the game on any of our huge flat screen TVs. And when your home team wins, you get 25% off anything in Mambo Grill. We're on Downey Avenue, 1 block north of Firestone, or visit us on the web. Mambo Grill, love at first bite.
A show by DJs for DJs.
7 Cents Radio.
Securing perimeter. And interviews with upcoming and famous DJs. Live DJ sets. Send your shoutouts.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're live here at 7 Cents Radio with DJ Juice, DJ Spice.
That's me.
Myself, DJ Pac-Man. We're about to hear a set by our guest DJ, DJ Ozzy. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are close by the Knights of Columbus Hall right here in Downey, Cross Streets, Reeds, and Firestone, make sure you just stop by right now and listen to DJ Ozzy on the mix.
Once again, lovely people, the time has come for us to all enjoy the rhythm of the sound. No matter where you're from or where you're going, we will take you to a place where music is loved, and we love the music. No matter what age, color, or gender you are, we just want you to gather around and enjoy these sweet sounds. Let us take you to some places where you see smiles on faces, beautiful people all over the world, all types of different races. So if you with me, party people, and you still don't have a clue, put those hands to the sky, because you know what to do. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, are you ready? Up.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give a big shout out to Monterrey. Thanks for tuning in.
Baila más. Baila más.
Big shout out to everyone in Santa Maria listening in tonight. DJ Aussie and the ones and twos, 7 Cents Radio. Para toda la raza desde Monterrey, México, están escuchando a DJ Ozzy and the ones and twos.
Want to give a big shout out to Commerce in the building.
music, DJ seems like a natural path to follow. And back in the days, DJs were weird people who like music in a weird way. Back then, you would have to be a nerd to become a DJ. Nowadays, everybody wants to be a DJ. Nowadays, everybody wants to be that nerd. It sickens me. If you're not in it for the love of the music, would you please fuck off? Fuck off.
Going down here at 7 Sins Radio. DJ Ozzy getting down. Keep listening tonight.